You're right, partner. A pleasant afternoon to all. It is our pleasure to serve as your host for this meaningful event. Over the past week, we stepped beyond the classroom and into the world of genomics and bioinformatics. This afternoon, we are excited to share that journey with all of you.
Before we begin our program, we request everyone to please stand up for the singing of the Philippine national anthem.
Six out of our 12 students will complete their internship today. It is the time that we recognize the people who made this possible. So we thank the university through the coordinators and advisors who trusted GC Visayas to host the internship of their students. Talking to those internship coordinators and advisors opened some insights that we could incorporate in implementing the internship. So some of the feedback regarding our internship program from our previous mga interns. Actually, hindi siya nag-reflect sa mga feedback forms natin. But ayun, yung mga internship coordinators na sila yung nagsabi is first, sana may training before the internship. Sabi ko sa mga internship coordinators, hindi naman kailangan, hindi naman kami expect na marunong na kaagad yung students pagdating sa amin. Kasi nga, internship ito, ang purpose ng internship sa PGC Science ay para may training yung mga students. So this opens yung idea. Kasi parang nakikita ng mga internship coordinators and advisors na there's a gap between what's present in the state universities and colleges and kung anong meron yung PGC Visayas. Pero dito po sila yung PGC Visayas. Ano siya? Research center naman siya. Pero yung concern siguro ng internship coordinators and advisors is paano nila makahanda yung students nila kasi ang perspective nila, ang internship is para mag-work na yung mga students nila. Siguro sa part ng internship, ang pwedeng gawin. Kasi binabasa naman namin lahat yung mga application nyo. Tapos, wow, alam nila kung ano ginagawa namin dito. So parang pag nag-meeting with the internship coordinator and the students prior to coming here, parang medyo more, I delve more on the logistics rather than kung what exactly yung gagawin. So, siguro sa susunod na mga meetings like that, kailangan i-emphasize na we're here to train the students. And kung si Sir Noel pa, it's like we're the village that will support students in becoming future scientists. Then, we should also probably continue yung mga extension programs natin sa mga faculty members, sa mga coordinator, sa mga faculty members, para mas makahanda nila yung mga students. And these poses, so dati kasi meron kami mga extension programs na yung tinitrain naman ng PGC teachers. So if we continue that, baka it would also help them prepare yung future interns din. And this poses the question na, how can we increase the reach of our internship program? So, hindi yan masasagot with this opening remarks. It would be a continuing question na masasagot in the coming years. So, yun. I hope na from those insights that I shared from the internship coordinators and advisors, may mapulot din yung mga mentors in implementing our internship. Then, I'd like to put on the spotlight, of course, the PGC Science personnel. Let us give them a round of applause. And the people of Scarlett Javier de UR and Albert SRSP, who worked on ensuring that this internship would fully be beneficial and enriching for the interns and partner universities. Then, though he's not around today, we are grateful for our AED, Dr. Victor Marco Emmanuel Ferrios, who strives to find resources for the facility so we could continuously make genomics available for the public through programs such as this internship program. And of course, this is the time to recognize the efforts of our interns in learning and adapting to the operations of our research center. Now let us hear their report that will be followed by Q&A for 20 minutes, pero pwede lang natin kung i-shorten yun. So now let us give them a round of applause and the
We use the spectral photometer and the results shows in the general courses was a successful results because it shows high clarity band and mostly the first illusions, which is the same with the first illusions. Makikita natin yung difference between the two of them. And this is the spectrophotometer results naman, which is mataas naman yung concentration nila.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we will present our progress report in the assigned project, which is the molecular identification of stranded winds in Surigao. It is a collaboration project of Northeastern Mindanao State University and the Philippine Genome Center Science. So the genomic tool become absolutely critical when it comes to the marine biodiversity and particularly for the precise molecular identification of the cetacean species. So within our internship framework, we focus exclusively on the hands-on molecular pipelines such as the DNA extraction and then the microvolume spectrophotometry, the gel electrophoresis, and conductometry gene amplification via PCR. So, to guide our laboratory workflow, we established 3 objectives. First is to isolate and purify genomic DNA from the provided stranded whale tissue samples using standardized DNA
Extract. So I will now present to you what we did during this internship. During our internship duration, while we worked on the molecular identification of this stranded big whale from Surigao. So first, since the samples came from the NAMSU, what we did after that is to extract the DNA directly from the muscle tissues. So we used 3 different types of kits for this, or 3 different methods. First is the bioflux, second is DNPC, and the third one is via PCI method. So for the bioflux and the DNPC method, we undergone them with 3.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I am Eugene Chuzalito from Atlantic University and taking the Bachelor of Science in Biology and Technology. And today I will be presenting my progress report under the guidance of Diane, which I performed 3 projects or activities, which are the global identification, tadpoles and snails and plant shells. So for the global identification, according to Diane, the client requested to validate the morphological identification through molecular identification, and also the client requested to utilize the fish 301 or the universal requirement for fish. And for the objectives, or basically what I have done for this activity is isolate the DNA, genomic DNA of copy, and to assess the concentrations and bands present in to extract the DNA, to amplify or basically PCR the selected genomic samples or DNA, and to identify the species by sequencing the Sanger sequencer. And a quick run through the DNA instructions. We utilize the SHIP-STAR protocol, the DNPC, blood and the tissue kit, and for the general concepts or the first so-called the extraction, we started maceration and then lysis, binding, washing, and elutions. Only to highlight to this part is inclusion. Instead of 200 microliter of buffer AAG,
This afternoon, we'll walk you through the progress we made while making the target project, which is the Teacher Archiving for Genetic Assessment Initiative.
Okay, so for a bit of a background for my fellow interns who haven't heard of this project yet, or for the rationale rather. So accurate molecular testing depends on proper DNA preservation to maintain the integrity of biological samples during transfer. However, for clients in remote areas, they often lack access to molecular grade alcohol. So, which is the standard preservative used to prevent DNA degradation. So without proper DNA degradation, DNA quality may decline before it reaches the laboratory. So it affects the accuracy and reliability of the molecular analysis. So to address this challenge, Project Tagay evaluates commercially available alcohols with as alternative DNA preservatives. So with the goal of identifying reliable and accessible options for sample preservation in remote areas.
So just a quick run-through about the project methods. First is market research to be followed by the sample preparation, next sample preservation, and the DNA extraction and quantification, PCR amplification, library prep and sequencing, and lastly bioinformatics analysis.
However, you may ask, like, in this timeline, where did the two of us enter the scenario? So that is during the PCR amplification, because this was already an ongoing project. Our mentors have already started doing the previous methods. So we were
Here's manage our. So for the week 12 round, so as you can see here, very messy ang amon siya due to last na naman nagpunta ang ETBR, which is hindi ang COVID siya. And as you can see here, the label of the indicates the storage condition of the samples, such as for the red, room temp, which is red, 4 degrees for green, blue for -20, and magenta for -8. So for the thermal cycle condition, we just follow the protocol or condition which our mentor teach us or taught us. So for the 5 daily, week 2 to week 12, second PCR run. So as you can see here, as like very chaotic ang result, like since the primer na use naman is Chalbe, and siya compatible since according to Ms. Nat, if you use the primer, dapat clear siya. For example, F1, dapat clear siya sa R1. However, ang primer na na-use is mixed. So, in-mix naman ang F1 kag ang R1. So, another mistake that we made is ang negative control is may ban, which indicates na contaminated ang samples.
Yes, okay, for the 10 kg, just for the energizer. So, ano na kami, 20 minutes guys for the Q&A. And if you have any questions, you could just raise your hand and then call on any interns you want to question. So, all mix na kain, dito na sabay dito. Maybe now, the floor is now open for any questions, comments, or hard reactions.
I have a question ng Cairo. Anong primer yung gamit mo for RSSI?
Yung LC paano?
Saan?
Ang polymer siya nga LCO, HCO. Polymer. Familiar ka sa reference? Okay. We will ask na lang si CJ. Okay, looking at it, since though inconsistent ang result, possible nga because of the low sample, may super small siya, no? Like ano siya kagabay ang
Yung index. Ay, yung ganun lang po siya.
like yun lang.
Thank you.
Yes.
Balance during.
Advance.
James Bond.
Oh, it's okay, just one.
Yun sana yung
Ano siya?
The end is Melanie, guys.
And Lord. First of all, ma-track niyo pa man ng samples nga which one ang nag-positive sa entire experiment ninyo. Because we will need it for sequencing. So, tanan yung nag-positive nyo, we can proceed to sequencing. Also, ang sa fish primer nyo, ano supposedly ang target size niya?
Sa fish fry, 600 around 600.
Okay. Tapos ang side B ang 100 plus. Okay.
Pero yung sa, like, ano naman siya,
Fun part, like all throughout the internship, is like my bonds with my fellow interns, and I think yung banters with your mentors, or like, like the whole learning process. Like it's really fun, like to work hands-on, like especially sa lab, like more on like compared sa classroom, pag like learn ka lang sa concept, so it's more fun for doing it yourself. I think yung pinaka-challenging part for me is yung the amount of samples you nag-pag-picture na you need to do it on a short amount of time, kaya need mo siya ginagawa ko lang sa thermal cycler. Kaya wala ba mag-blend siya. That's for me. Or it was fun. So, what are you textbook, wala kang hands-on activities. Pero tama, kung may nalir, or hindi siya mabagal sa pagkakbo. Another is, even though nakagod man na kami lang, wala ko ang samples, like, even though ginahasa ang aming co-poster na, even though ginastorya kami, tapos, ang challenge naman, sir, is aside sa samples doon, nagkakagod man kami, pero I love you, sir, Steven, the business. Talaga yes, sir. Sobrang naman siya, no? Wala na siya, like, ikaw nakaragin na lang yung sabi naman every day. So, we can learn to love and the people and the
magsabi na hindi yung one I had during internship. But aside from that, it will be asking questions from sa mga supervisors there, especially kay Ma'am Dayan, which I had fun kasi I learned more things po and also skills. But yung challenging na po is to maintain or to, let's say, the less possibility of contamination when it comes to doing processes, especially the PCR. If may contamination, hindi kayo pag-discharge ng mga concentration sa material kasi kulang ang program, it will be affect the result of the processes.
For me naman, sir, in overall experience naman, sasabi ko na ano naman yung in-expect ko, which is yung mag-enjoy ako. And more learnings naman because actually all of the further activities I have done is my first time there. And first time ko din mag-handle ng mga ganong mga equipment, which is it gives me future kasi baka kaya ayun, and yung same happy din naman sa pinagkakaroon. And yun because of that kind of experience naman, which is it actually enhanced my skills and my learning how we are conducting actually the course naman. And the hard part is yung mag-prepare ng master mix kasi parang tunting mali lang is halos mag-error na yung lahat. That's why parang sure na ako yun na nga, nag-label ako before mag-conduct ng mga mag-mix ng master. Kasi para organize naman na avoid yung mga errors. Ganun. Tsaka marami din pong errors yung nagawa ko before magkaroon ng yung mga bands. Ganun.
Siguro, sa akin po, yung pinaka-best part is, of course, everyone and trying new things and having the liberty to do so. Kasi syempre, kung sa school, more on theoretical yung nalalearn. Meron din laboratories but not as extensive as this one. Kasi lahat ng na-experience ko here are really new to me. And even though bago siya sa akin, I'm really glad that we have our staff, especially kay Ma'am Carms, kay Manong Ken, and kay Ma'am Dalian, who are always there to support us and permitted nag-answer sa queries namin. Kaya I think na parang ang kulit na namin, like they're still answering our questions. And sometimes I think like it's common sense lang ba or napaka-common sense na lang. Tapos I-realize ko, ay oo nga pala, tutundalo pa ako. But still, you still cater them and yeah. Siguro yung pinaka-hard part, emotionally, is to part with these people na araw-araw ko nakakasama from 7:30 na sumasakay ng places ka na yeah, and of course, these new games kasi I learned a lot, not just as an intern, but as a future, if ever, researcher, as a scientist, and as a person overall. Oh, and sa naman, like mentally, sa work namin is yung pinaka-hard, like thinking of what we should do next. Kasi we have experienced a lot of times na wala siya ba? We're really frustrated kasi nag-ask kami kay Ma'am Ken, kay Ma'am Carlos, broken naman. Kasi parang we feel like na our internship here would not be worthwhile if wala kayong mga kabats. Like, ayun yung naging goal namin ni Mars na nakagawa ko kami ng bad Mars. And thankfully, na pinakaman kami. So, yeah, 8% faith is okay lang na siya. But again, ayun yung ang hirap niya mag-faith ng other ways, especially if new ka sa area na yun. And still, yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, everyone. For me naman, a fun part sa akin is as beauty intern is, aside sa ina, kaya inipan dito niya close abi. Sa akin sila abi, nasabak na sa UP and sa may charot na, na siya. Is a TikTok session every Friday. Even Friday, MWF. TikTok session. And then, I think sa pagiging fun part man sa akon as an intern is the supportive na staff here sa BGC. And then, ang challenging naman na parts, as an intern is, ang manahanggan ni Nori, wala ito yung makita mabans. And then, yung kami first week to second week pa lang sa internship program. Alam mo, sinasta lang siguro sa may DNA extraction kasi nakita ka PCR. So, thankfully, sa guidance pa ni Ma'am Carms, ni Sir Ken, and ni Ma'am Dayan, nakaka-comment kami sa mga. And ako na sa ako ngayon. So, thank you very much.
Okay, with that, ang aking energizer actually more on
So good afternoon everyone. So we are the Bioinformatics Craft and this afternoon we are tasked with presenting what we learned, our projects as well as our current in progress projects. So for our lecture series, so I am tasked with presenting what we learned. So there were several lecture series that we So I am tasked with presenting the Linux command line and basic coding series. So actually this lecture is not really foreign to me. It's because we've learned this in our CS program. But still, there are some concepts that I have still learned and that I will present today. So mostly bioinformatics.
Which provides sufficient computational power used to run these tools for bioinformatics analysis. We did this by setting up a virtual machine using VMware, that is the VMware. Tapos, and accessing the server using PuTTY, this thing, for terminal commands where it can be connected to personal computers through networking, which we learned how to create a group, add users, and modify permissions to allow the use of commands such as sudo change owner of shown by the earlier slides, and user add and other more commands. Next in this, GitHub and Visual Studio.
So for our next lecture series, we were taught how to use GitHub and Visual Studio Code. So as a quick overview, GitHub is a cloud-based developer platform while Visual Studio Code is a code editor. So parang yung gist dito is since they go hand in hand, we write our code sa VS Code, then we can expose our source code sa GitHub for anyone. So basically what we've learned when sa GitHub is that we were able to install and initialize Git. So the difference here between Git and GitHub is that Git is your version control. So it manages kung ano yung version ng source code ang ginagamit mo right now. And we have also learned how to create an account on GitHub, and we also learned how to authenticate using SSH key to make this validated method more secure for us. Then, besides that, sa GitHub, we also learn how to create a repository or a folder, how to branch a repository, how to make folder paths, how to push the source code, and so on. Meanwhile, sa VS Code, we also learn how to install the program and how to integrate it on GitHub. So, easier lang yung pag-push.
Assembled it, then reassemble the sample, then we get the configs, then we do the blast analysis. And now let's have the full genome assembly pipeline. So these are our results for the full genome assembly discussion. We use data from data set nano for long reads and Illumina short reads. We have reference bacteria ODP10 lineage database used in our BUSCO analysis. First, we process the data, and this is the CLASP report. So the
kinds of organisms in the sample there, we need to first gather it and then sequence it. This field of study is called CCNS metagenomics, which is the identification of the microbial taxonomy within a sample, measure variable diversity, and predict the functional and metabolic pathways present in those microorganisms. So here is the overall workflow for CCNS metagenomics, and for the sample of CCNS metagenomics, in this data set there are approximately 8 samples, and it is given in a fastq.gz format, and for each sample there is 2 fastq.gz files, one for the forward reach and other for the reverse reach. And there are 2 groups for the sample, the primary extended for our exposure function, and second one is the certificate days post-fixation. So the first step in genomics is the check and capacity, and the sequences that the host will create are the draft report. So you got this people from yes that you have and for this particular format, this is the result after the release. And it shows the difference of either how many stages you work on and how many lines of merit and other columns. And the next one is taxonomy classification, which results in
As for what I've learned more, ano yung na-impress sa akin? Actually, while at work, kami dito, for example, sa mga lectures. So, ang bata ko siguro dito, ang first day ko is mitochondrias na power. Pero as we progress, so I saw how bioinformatics or biology intertwine when it comes to computer science concepts, for example, the software development. So it intrigues me if, or rather, paano yung, for example, ang underlying mga logic or pag-implement sa softwares, how it reads DNA sequences. So, na-things talaga ako kasi, ano siya, parang bagong, ano siya sa akin, bagong area ng computer science hindi ko pa na-encounter. So,
for my bioinformatics internship here, I found bioinformatics very challenging because just to mention no, we still have pending projects na binigay sa amin. The reason why we couldn't present it today because we're still processing the analysis. Ay yung pinaka very challenging sa bioinformatics is the processing time. And for the whole day na kami nakaupo and waiting for that long time is nakakasakit na ng bigat. So, minsan tumatay na kami and gumagalaw-galaw. Then, bioinformatics also, yung challenge sa amin biology biology is that sa computer science, madali lang naman yung computer language, we just learn the basic. Though, alam namin marami pang kailangan i-make na progress in learning computer science with sa application with bioinformatics. Then, also, yung natutunan ko dito is automation of processing ng data, which is yung paggawa ng hash script so that we automate na yung mga kailangan. And then, ayan. For the bioinformatics team, we very much appreciate your guidance and your very accommodating sa sa mga question namin. Kahit sobrang basic lang din yung question, but you still answer us. And that's all. Thank you.
For me naman po, first impression ko sa bioinformatics is it would be challenging and ayun. Hit naman yung expectations ko. Yun kasi, nag-aaral pa rin kami ng reference database until now. Tapos, I really learned a lot, especially sa troubleshooting. Kasi hindi naman pala as simple as i-enter mo lang yung code. So, kailangan mo talaga i-trace back what went wrong. And that, kasi in our biology courses, meron kasi talaga bioinformatics analysis ng mga publications. So, nung una is akala ko like, madali lang yung process dun sa generating ng data and then processing it. Pero, due to the hands-on experience talaga na-expose kami, I was able to learn na hindi talaga siya straightforward na process. And there will be setbacks and errors and eventually apply din siya sa
So sa akin, first impression ko ay Bifat is really interesting at marami talaga matunan dito sa PTC at sa aming class na teach namin yung fun like mga tools na gamitin for one specific purposes such as like yung mga software gamitin sa paggawa ng alpha diversity graphs o beta diversity at yun nga, pero hindi kami niluan kung paano yung gawin like introduction lang pa like anong tool gamitin pero just to see like one day and finally at marami rin ako like na sa college na kung na learn like from using Linux and other like code lang sa free time so na nagamit ko finally because
150 hours of internship from June 16 to July 30, 2017 on Center of Science. Issue is 30-day Science, University of the Philippines, Victor Mark Emmanuel and Choriol, PhD, Assistant in Physics Executive.
Wait lang daw. Yes. Background sa
Music. One, two. Isa pa. One, two. Okay.
The same certificate of Edit Ryan,
One, two. Isa pa. Last. One, two. Okay.
the same certificate is given to Mr. A.J. Jason
One, two. One, two. Isa pa. One, two. Okay.
The same certificate is given to Mr. Marcel Alvarez, Social Media from Northern Union State University for having completed 150 hours of internship
One, two. Isa pa. One, two. Okay.
So those were our only staff interns. So for the bioinformatics staff, isa pa lang yung mag-end ng internship. The same certificate is given to Mr. Leonard Pinabilla. Sabi ko, 160 hours of
One, two. Isa pa. One, two. Okay.